Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Colonel Noonan, and your directors and other officers that are here today. And like everybody else, I want to thank Troop F in particular for its great work up in the Northern Tier for us in rural Pennsylvania. We're very happy, and we're glad to see we're getting new classes in so we can fill out the complements a little better in a lot of our troops. I wanted to follow up on an issue from a few budget cycles ago on aviation units. As you know, there was a helicopter stationed at Montoursville, right near Troop F, for more than 40 years, and we went through the rebasing. At that time, we were told that the coverage would be the same as we'd enjoyed over all those years, because there was going to be a helicopter at Hazleton and one at State College. And I was wondering if you could give us that are in that service area an update on the deployment of the aviation unit. I think there was supposed to be one go into State College. I'm wondering if that's happened or what the plans are for that. I'm just told by our local law enforcement that we've had a number of incidents since the helicopter left Williamsport where, for various reasons, we could not get coverage, or by the time the helicopter got there, it was too late. And that our local EMS people and first responders and law enforcement don't think that we are experiencing the same coverage in the Northern Tier as we had before.
Yeah, well, let me address that. We do have the helicopter stationed in Hazleton. We're waiting for the lease to expire, and before we move it up to State College, there's I think it's in Altoona. Yes, and so once that happens, then we're moving that to State College. But let me explain. The problem with our helicopter staff is that it was so old. The reason, many times, as a matter of fact, we don't have but one or two helicopters that are actually flying in the entire state at one time. Now, I'm very happy to say that we should be able to correct that. We anticipate that we're going to be getting several new helicopters in the near future, and I hope that dramatically increases our service. See, here's the thing. Some of our helicopters are around 20 years old. The FAA demands, based on how many miles or how many hours you've flown, that you have to have maintenance. As you get older, the helicopters, that increases. And we have reached that point now that sometimes it seems like they're down more than they're up. So, but I believe we're on the right track. We're going to have that problem corrected, but by next year, I think we'll have new helicopters, and I think you will see a dramatic improvement. Also, if any of those officers have any questions about that, if they would just go to our troop commander in F and let him know, because we're trying to keep track of that. We can, if there is any problems, we'd like to know, and we believe we can address it after we get our helicopters.
I appreciate that, and I understand the problems of flying old airframes. I was in the Air Force for 20 years and flew on an airframe that was built in the late 50s and early 60s. It's still flying today. It does get a little more cumbersome to maintain them, but and I know the troop commander personally, and we can easily follow up with him on incidents. It's just we do depend heavily on the air asset up in the Northern Tier because of the distances and the lack of roads and stuff to follow up on things. So anything you can do to help us out, it's really appreciated. It's still a hot button issue in our area with because our law enforcement folks became very accustomed to be able to have that asset to help them out in situations.
Well,
so
I hope that soon when we get the new helicopters, they'll see a dramatic improvement in the availability of helicopters.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your update. Thank you.